Hey, everybody, hold your horses. Look at this. It's here. The official copy that you can get, that is on the link below, of High Elves of Old, the second book in the War of Tears saga. It's 730 pages long, and oh my god, I am super excited for this. Just look at this. It's so beautiful. You could kill a person with this. It's amazing. The cover, beautiful. I love this book. It's incredible. I cannot wait to have the third one in my arms like this. Oh my god, I can't wait to have the whole series. It's gonna be incredible. But anyway, book 2 already available in the links below. Check it out. Hello everybody, how are you? I'm ARTE and welcome to this new episode of Analyzing Fiction, where we'll be talking about Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the 6th installment in this multi-million-dollar series that I am very excited to review. Now, this book it used to be one of my least favorite ones, but now that I've really looked at it again, it's clear that it's one of the better ones. And in fact, it's been bumped up in my list. Later, I'll have to do a tier list for the Harry Potter books. That's gonna come eventually. For now, let's begin with the P.A.O for this book, which is gonna be holy moly, this one smells good. It's gonna get a 9. It's gonna get a 9. Very good book, very solid smell. Anyway, I'm not gonna spend time talking about J.K. Rowling's biography today because she already got one in the Philosopher's Stone. Go check it out. It's over there. Go check it out. Anyway, now we can get officially into the plot of this book, and spoilers ahead. And Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is the second to last installment in the series, and it begins fairly different from the rest. The world has changed. Voldemort is alive, and the world has no option but to believe it and find a way to fight it. So it is truly, things are truly changing. Fudge gone. You have a new prime minister, a new minister of magic, and yeah, things are getting out of hand right now. You have Death Eaters at pretty much every corner, and Voldemort has to be defeated. However, you cannot defeat someone that you cannot kill, which is why now Albus Dumbledore is trying to search for his Horcruxes. And who better to go with him than Harry Potter himself? So this book follows Harry and Dumbledore as they begin their search for the Horcruxes, as Draco Malfoy and Snape are plotting something that is very dark, that you probably know what it is since you've probably watched the movies, but anyway, it's something very dark. Now, this book is probably one of the darkest of the whole series. It is very well done. I really like it, and maybe one of the reasons why I didn't like it at the time was because of how dark it was, because I was used to all these magic and cool and happiness and epic battles of spells, and now this one it shows another aspect of magic that I really enjoy. So anyway, this has been enough for now. We can get into my review. So as always, let us start with the plot for this book. And this is one of the other books that begins with a different setup. Instead of the other setup where you have Harry with his uncle and aunt just living one of the worst lives possible and trying to survive, then going to Hogwarts, this one is like book 5, where you have the Order going to find him and then taking him to the Grimmauld place. Meanwhile, in this book, Dumbledore comes, and after being quite rude to the Dursleys, he officially takes Harry away and talks with him for a while. And this scene is very interesting. I really like how Dumbledore takes on this scene, how he, while he is rude and annoying for the reader and the Dursleys, you know why that is. Like, the Dursleys were the only place where Harry was safe, where Harry could be safe outside of Hogwarts, and even then, the Dursleys had to be like the worst people possible. They knew that Harry could only be safe in their house, and still they treated him badly. Still, they were just the worst caretakers possible, and it's understandable why Harry would be so why Dumbledore would be so pissed with them. But anyway, it's still a little rude, a little too rude for on his part to be doing that. But anyway, and then you have the deal between Snape and Malfoy's mother, and J.K. Rowling took a risk writing this scene, because up until now, pretty much every single scene in every book has been from Harry's point of view, and this is one of the first times, if not the first time, where we actually leave that point of view and focus on someone else. And J.K. Rowling took a risk with this, because until now, the reason she had been successful was because of this, because of the point of view limitation that she had on Harry. However, the decision to include this scene was incredibly genius, because it made us doubt Severus. If we had not seen this scene, then Dumbledore would have just told Harry, no, you can trust Severus, it's okay, don't doubt him, and we would probably have gone with Dumbledore because he is the wise one, right? However, because of this scene, we lean more into Harry. We know that he is plotting something against Dumbledore and that Malfoy has to do it. So now that Harry is suspicious of both of them, then we really start to understand what we really lean into Harry's point of view, and we also are very curious to understand what exactly is Snape up to, right? So that is a very interesting scene. It is very well written and I really like it. Also, this book deals a lot more with the potions aspect of the story, as well as leaving Hogwarts and all those dark Death Eater things that go on in the world, right? So first of all, we have Dumbledore taking out Harry to these missions, that he is beginning to trust Harry enough to give him such important tasks, such important and dangerous tasks, and he's willing to do it because he trusts Harry. And that is so interesting, judging by the fact that in book 5, Dumbledore appears like twice and he never speaks to Harry, and we pretty much don't understand why. I don't get why, even though it is explained, I don't get why they don't talk to Harry. It's so simple, it's so easy, just do it, please. But anyway, I think that this scene and these scenes with Dumbledore and Harry are very interesting, especially because of the way in which we start to see magic. Magic has always been like, take out your wand and do the spell. However, as we see Dumbledore using his magic to investigate Voldemort, we start to understand why he is the most powerful wizard in the world. We see like, oh my god, the level of power that he has, it is amazing. It has nothing to do with what they are being taught at school. It's so high up there in the power rank. It's so great, the difference in power. When are they going to learn this? Yeah, it's very interesting, very cool, this new aspect of magic, and I really like how Dumbledore is presented to us. And I really like how Dumbledore is presented to us in this book. It is very, very cool. And anyway, as for the relationships of the characters, they aren't really as powerful here as they are in the movie. Here they accompany the movie, but they are not the main focus. They accompany the story, not the movie. I sat down because I'm tired, but yeah, it is a very very well done scenes. I really like the relationship between Harry and Ginny, because it is far more real than the relationship between Harry and Cho in book 5. That one's not really that interesting, it's not real, and with Ginny you just have far more scenes that are far more interesting and far more real between the two. They're my favorite couple of the series, let's just leave it at that. They're my favorite couple. They're real. And anyway, as for Ron and Hermione really can be a jerk in this book, even though most of the times that she is a jerk, she is because Harry made her do it, and she is worried about the book of the Half-Blood Prince. She is worried about the book, but not because she is worried about the effect it might have on Harry, but because she is jealous that she is no longer the number one in the class. So it pretty much takes away the merit. If she is going to be worried about Harry, then I understand and I support her because you don't know where that book came from. However, if you're only doing it because you are jealous, then you lose points. As for Ron, I really like how he's very supportive of Harry, at least until he's jinxed, and after he is jinxed, then he returns to be the good friend that he has always been, except for that moment in book 4. But apart from that, he's always been such a supportive friend, a great person to be with. I really enjoy their time together. It's very cool. And Snape and Malfoy, we're now walking into character part of this video, and Snape and Malfoy are incredibly interesting characters in this book, and I really like how they are developed. Up until now, Malfoy was nothing more than the bully that hated Harry and who was a jerk all the time, but now he is not only more interesting, not only more in-depth, more developed, we even come to pity him from time to time. J.K. Rowling does an expert job at making us pity Malfoy in this story, making us feel bad for him, and it is very well done. I really like it, and you get to see the true colors of Malfoy's soul. He is a jerk, granted, but he is not a killer, and he is not a Death Eater, and deep down, he doesn't want to do what Voldemort told him. And that relationship, that growth that goes on throughout the story, it is magnificent. I really like it, and that scene at the end where Malfoy and Dumbledore talk, and Dumbledore tells him, "I can help you. Please don't do it. Come with me. I'll protect you and your mother. You'll all be safe. And then when your father is freed, then I'll protect him too. Come with me, I'll protect you." That scene is so real, and you really think that Malfoy is going to do it, to say yes, and that Dumbledore is going to apparate and save him and Harry, and they're going to come back and fight Voldemort. It's such an interesting and heartbreaking scene, that one at the end, and oh my god, Malfoy just becomes such an interesting character in this book. Not just the jerk bully that appears before. And then you have Snape, and with Snape, completely the opposite takes place. Snape begins with, in the book, he begins being like a very interesting character, suspicious character, but we don't really know what to think of him. Dumbledore trusts him deeply, and we even start to lean on his opinion, to trust Snape. If not for that scene at the beginning, we would really trust Snape and go with Dumbledore. However, at the end, we begin to hate him so much. We hate him so much for the things that he's done. And then you add the twist that he is a half-blood prince, that he has helped Harry so much, that he taught Harry Sectum Sempra almost because of accident. And Sectum Sempra, well, Harry used it very idiotly. He was very stupid at using the spell against Malfoy. Yeah, no, still he trusted the Half-Blood Prince, we trusted the Half-Blood Prince, and then discovering that the person that killed Dumbledore is the Half-Blood Prince, it's the best twist in the book so far, the best twist in the books by far. I really love it, and the work that goes into Snape from the beginning of book 1, in this book it peaks and eventually it ends in book 7, where we actually learn that he is actually a good guy and he always was a good guy. Such an interesting character, probably alongside Dumbledore and Voldemort, one of the 3 best characters in the whole books. Such an amazing character, I love him, he's great, and he deserves to be one of the best characters in modern fantasy literature. He's amazing. Now, as for the narrative of this story, there are various parallels between book 6 and book 1, mainly with Snape, right? Snape, at the beginning, we hate him in both books, we are annoyed with him, and eventually, Harry in book 1 discovers that Snape was trying to protect him instead of kill him, and now it's the complete opposite, right? We hate Snape horribly because of what he did to Dumbledore. However, what he did to Dumbledore, he did in order to protect Harry. It's a very poetic and I really like how it's developed, and Snape is such a magnificent character in this book. Now, as for narrative, as always, J.K. Rowling is a great author with narrative. She explains very well, and I really like how she develops all these different scenes, and especially that scene at the beginning of the book where we see it from the point of view of Snape instead of Harry. That was a very interesting beginning to the story. It was a risk for Rowling because up until now she used only Harry's point of view, but now she is introducing this other scene that helps build up the story incredibly well. It's masterfully done, and I really like how it turned out. Right? So, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the second to last book in this series, and the next book is going to be the conclusion for the series, and of course the review for that book, like I did with the Bobbyverse. And yeah, essentially that has been all for today. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I will give this book an 88 out of 100, 4.5 stars, almost 5. It is a great book. I loved it. And anyway, thank you so much for watching this review. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe, and check out all the links below if you please. Thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye.